Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel on plants. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really simple Fogponics planter. Now I've made several of these and I've grown anything from chilies to herbs, all sorts of different things. Really simple to make, quite cheap, quite fun. And what I'll do, I'll list all the equipment I used and where I got it from, usually off eBay. It's quite low cost. So I'll go through it. I'll show you what to make and how we do it. Catch you in a minute. Right, the first thing I use is I buy these plant pots. Now they're quite tall, and unfortunately, obviously, if you're planting plants in regular soil, it's got drainage holes. Now these are going to be kind of a negative really on this, but yeah, I bought this plant and the saucer, and what the saucer does, the saucer just happens to fit into the top of a plant pot like that, and that which will come in handy later. Now what I do to seal it, I buy another saucer that fits into the bottom of that pot, and I use some kind of sealant that's safe to use on plants. So what I'll tend to do is fill that with sealant, tape the bottom up as well so it doesn't push it out, fill that with sealant, then I push this saucer in. I'm sorry about my camera techniques, I'm not the best, and I push that into there and leave it obviously to dry and then seal. And then I'll move on to the next step. So what I do next is I buy some nutrients. Now I buy these are the type that you mix a percentage of A and a percentage of B to some water and mix it. Now what I tend to use, I use rainwater. You can't really use tap water depending on where you are. I live in the United Kingdom. I live in the northwest of the United Kingdom. In England, and we're not far off, like I'm kind of like North Yorkshire, Lancashire, South Lakes area. Our water is very good here, but even so I use rainwater. You don't need a great deal. I usually get like a couple of litres in an old pop or soda bottle, as you call them in the States, and I mix a percentage into that, and then what I do, I'll fill it into there and I'll show you the levels after. But what you'll also need as well is one of these net cups. Now these are used a lot. They use them on the aquatics, you know, kind of people who keep fish and plants in the fish tanks. Really handy are these. And all you do is you kind of fill that with some like little pebbles or stones or anything that's going to hold either the seed until it germinates or your small plant in there. And then what you do is you cut a hole into that so that fits in it, and what will happen is it'll sit down like that inside, so that will go into the plant pot. That will kind of sit in the center like that in there. I'll show you one later that I've got a seed in at the moment that's just germinated, and I'll show you up and running how it works. So that's that. So you need to cut a hole in that to that diameter so that just basically drops in there. You fill it with some kind of pebbles or little stones, or I use some specific stones that are used for hydroponics and fogponics and things like that. They hold a bit of moisture. And then what you need to do then, you need to purchase, and these are very cheap. This is an old one that I've had lying around. This is a fogger. Now you buy these on eBay. They come from, I think, China, somewhere like that. They're only very cheap. 24 volt, comes with an adapter. Well, you can buy it without an adapter if you want to buy. What I normally do is I buy one with an adapter and then I buy a spare one, because you only get so many hours out of these. They do last quite a long. I've had mine for about 12 months. When the water gets below this level here, it won't work. So you basically, what you need to do, they come with a rubber bung, like a sealing bung. So what you need to do is make a hole in the side of this tank, pass this wire, drop the unit in, drop the unit in the bottom, pass the wire through and then seal it with the bung. And then what you do is you fill the water in the bottom of your tank to about there. So you can see, you put it there like that. You don't need a great deal of water. You do not need a great deal of water. They're quite economic, and they really are. You get amazing results. And what I always do as well is I connect it to a 24-hour timer, and I have it to cycle. I have it coming on for 15 minutes and then off for half an hour. So I have it on 15 minutes and then off for half an hour. The reason I do that, when this unit's running, it heats the water up. Now, it's good because it gets seeds to germinate quicker, etc. And some plants that need a bit of heat, it's good, but you can damage the roots. So I tend to have it on for 15 minutes and then off. If you can get some timers that'll even do, kind of on for 5 minutes, off for 10 or whatever, that might be even better, but mine tends to work really, really, really well. So just to recap, plant pot and saucer, which you can buy on eBay, just normal saucers that will fit into the bottom of the pot like thus and seal it in so that when you fill that with water it doesn't all escape. Your nutrients, you can buy these all over. I think they call them cana. Is it cana? A and cana B, and you mix them together. See if I'll focus in. There you go. Again, I think I got these on the internet, on eBay, where I get most of my things from. Yeah, and I'll show you one with I think it's a sweet pea. I'm going to try and grow a sweet pea indoors using this Fogponics system upstairs. Now I've put a seed in. It's been in for about 4 or 5 days and it has germinated. If the root structure is going down through the pot and it's just starting to send a shoot up now. So what I'll do now, I'll show you one up and running, fully working. See you in a moment. Right, I'm back. This is a unit I'm growing in my room. It's got some insulation around the bottom. We're just coming out of winter and we're at the top. It's like a 2-story house and it does get quite cold in winter. So what I've done, I've insulated it slightly, which helps, but it will be coming off soon. So there you can see the device. That's just put on just to capture moisture. Moisture will escape. As you can see, I've got all the pebbles around there, and then that is the unit working. You can see it fogging there. So all the nutrients are taken up into that basket. You can't see very, very well, but you can see it there. That's it running. And then that you can use that just to kind of trap moisture. And if you look down there, you can see a seed. It's just starting to come up now. So yeah, that's it. Very fun way of trying to use Fogponics, which is a no soil way of growing plants. A lot of people use you can use hydroponics, you can use fish tanks, recycling the water from fish tanks, etc. This is just a fun way I wanted to try it. Very economic, very cheap, very cheap to do. Great, a lot of fun. And I mean, I've got chilies here. I have grown chilies in it to the same size and big and fruiting. Obviously, as your plant grows, you will notice it. You've got to keep an eye on the water levels, and it will you'll see it dropping, and you just top it up with nutrients again, and away you go. So yeah, I hope you enjoy that. Any feedback, I feel welcome. And like I say, I will try and list everything that I got from eBay for these. All right, thanks for watching, people. Take care, look after each other, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.